Hello, my name is Wendy Lowenstein, and today I just wanted to give you some background information on Smart Notebook before we send you on your way to explore some tutorials in the Blend-Space presentation that has been prepared for you. First of all, I wanted to share some Smart basics. Smart Notebook, the software that I am in right now, is a free download that you can get on your laptop or desktop computer. And what you need in order to do that is to stop by the tech office and get the handout, or maybe your professor has provided you with that information that will give you a key code so you can download the program for free on your computer. Otherwise, if you missed that step, you can also go to the Smart website and download the free tutorial for Smart Notebook. The free downloads are right here on smarttech.com downloads. And again, if you did not get the key code from the tech office, you can see right here that you can get the 30-day trial. That will work for you short term. So moving on to Smart Technology. Smart Notebook is the software that you will be utilizing. And one thing I wanted you to be aware of is the familiar software design that Notebook has. If you look at this panel on the left-hand side, if you click that piece of paper there, you will see that all of the slides that I've created on Smart Notebook is just here on the panel. This looks very familiar to PowerPoint, and they did this intentionally so the users of Smart Notebook feel comfortable with this software. Also, one thing to note is every single object that you put into your presentation has a very similar design around it. Every object has the green circle to rotate. Every object has, whether it's text or images, has the gray circle to make larger or smaller, and every object has this triangle with the same options for every single item. And that consistency and ease with Smart Notebook is something that makes it very welcoming and somewhat comfortable and easy to use. Okay? So, after you've created your Smart presentation, one thing you need to be aware of is you will need to be able to present that to an audience. Whether or not you take your laptop with you to class, you can present from your device. That is fine, but I would also recommend having a backup. One thing that I do is I save my presentations to my Dropbox account, and essentially just file save as to Dropbox, and so long as, and this is in my Dropbox account, my driver right here, so long as you have access to the internet in the classroom that you're presenting in, which you will here on campus, all you have to do then is log into Dropbox.com and pull up your file, download your file to the computer in the classroom, and you should be able to present. Another option, of course, is a memory stick, and then Dropbox is the cloud as well. A common misconception with Smart Notebook software is you need the actual smartboard to create the presentation, and that is not true. In fact, my presentations are always created in my office on my laptop. You can create your presentations on your couch in your pajamas. You do not need an actual smartboard to create the presentations. You create the presentations on your computer, and then you can go and practice presenting your presentation utilizing the smartboard that is actually in the ideas room. We do have a small group room that has a smartboard in it, and if you want to practice your presentation prior to giving it to a class, you can reserve that room. Talking to the ideas room staff, they can reserve that for you, or you can just drop in, and if nobody's using the smartboard, you can pop in and give it a try. One thing I want you to be aware of is, I know that you can download this software to your own device, but if you are someone who does not have your own laptop or desktop computer, or maybe it's not working right now, or you're waiting for a birthday or Christmas to get your own device, the Ideas Room laptops and desktops all are loaded with the Smart Notebook software. And one thing to be aware of too is that my staff in the Ideas Room and myself, we can help you if you run into any issues or problems, or if you just want to brainstorm an idea with one of us. We are here to help you. Now, today, before I get you started on the Blend-Space tutorials, I just wanted to share with you our goal for your Smartboard training. Some of the basics of Smart is the layering, the grouping, locking, cloning, and the big one is how to reveal information to your students so you can engage them with the content. And the biggest key word here is that you are engaging your learners in the content. And one thing we really want you to consider when you are making your Smart lessons is the amount of time you, the teacher, are interacting with the Smartboard versus what the students are interacting with the Smartboard. And here's just an example of an interactive button. When I click on that, it reveals that teachers should really only be interacting with the Smartboard 20 to 30% of instructional time versus students interacting with the Smartboard 70 to 80% of the time, meaning that the teachers are truly the facilitators of the learning, leading students through the content with the utilization of engagement with the Smartboard. And just implementing buttons such as that, or even tabs like I have included here. Those are simple ways to engage students in the learning and the content. And after watching some of these tutorials today, we're hoping that you'll feel comfortable utilizing a few of these reveal strategies. So before you move along with the tutorials, I really want you to take some time to get familiar with the gallery. The gallery is here on the left-hand side. I mentioned before that the page is where you can see your slides. The gallery is the picture of a picture on the left-hand side, and it's collapsible. You'll see you've got the Gallery Essentials. Gallery Essentials has a breakdown of all sorts of content areas: English, geography, history, math, and once you click underneath it, so for example, if you are someone who is a music in the music education program, you click under Arts and you can see the music folder opens up. And if I click on that, you'll see that there are 17 pictures in the Instruments folder, Interactive Multimedia, and Notebook Files and Pages. The difference between pictures here, I'm going to pull over the acoustic guitar that's just a picture, and then I'm going to pull over the acoustic guitar that's an interactive multimedia. And you can tell there is a little bit of difference here when I click on, there you go, when you click on that little speaker there, you can see that the difference between this guitar and this guitar is this one is interactive because you can hear the sound. And the Notebook Files and Pages, there is a whole notebook background here of a stage that you can insert into one of your presentations. So I want you to take some time to explore through the different folders, and if you are an English Language Arts major, that's great, but don't just stick in the English Language Arts folder, because you might be surprised what you can find that you can apply from the Mathematics folder that may work for you. For example, the Venn diagrams can work across all content areas, and that's where I found the Venn diagrams chart that have come in handy in my English Language Arts classroom. So again, I want you to take some time to explore the gallery and find some pictures and images that you may like for your content area. And lastly, before I let you go and explore, I want to share with you, let me go back to my mathematics here and click on Venn diagram. And I'm going to find the Venn diagram that I like to use a lot, not just because pink and purple is my favorite color. Now, I want to make sure I can find this Venn diagram again because I'm going to use it over and over throughout my school year. So to make sure I can find that again, I'm going to click on it and I'm going to drag it up to my content. And notice I see that plus sign, and I'm going to drop it into my content folder. What this My Content folder is if you are on your own computer, your own device, and every time you open up Notebook, you have your My Content folder, which is similar to like a shopping cart. I just saved that Venn diagram in my Content folder, and now it is there forever for me to access throughout my school year and my planning. Anything that you drop into My Content, so long as you are on your own device, will be saved into the appropriate folders, so you don't have to go and search it over and over and over again. So I encourage you to use the My Content folder as you're shopping for content. That way you can pull it up later and utilize it in your future lesson plans. I hope you enjoy the tutorials that you will see in the Blendspace link. And also, what I'm going to do at the end of the Blendspace is I'm going to include this presentation so you can download it to your own computer and you can see some of the slides that I've created here that will also give you directions and some other activity ideas. So have fun and play, and when we meet in class I will be able to answer some questions and you will be on your way to becoming a smart teacher. Thanks a lot.